Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another game here in Week 12 of the UFL. Tonight, it's the Milwaukee Stags at 5-5 visiting the Wichita Flyers at 6-4. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Daggs, and alongside me in the booth, as always, is Gerald Smith. Gerald, how you doing tonight, man?
Doing great. A couple of teams that find themselves in the top 8 right now in the playoff picture in the Great East Conference. So, look, and you got one team really streaky. Wichita.
Yeah.
Win 4 straight, lose 4 straight, and then now have won 2 straight. And then you got the Stags, who are winners of 3 of their last 4 winners last week to get themselves back where they are. So it's jockeying for playoff position.
They are indeed. You know, this is Week 12. Got 5 more weeks to go, so plenty of movement will still happen in the playoff picture. But the Rivermen, the Pirates, the Pioneers, and Vultures all in the top 4. Talons, Flyers, Lightning, and Stags in the 5, 6, 7, and 8 spot. And, of course, we've got the Flyers and Stags here tonight. Stags will start with the football as they kneel it down in the end zone. And down it for a touchback, Adam Wiseman, the quarterback for Milwaukee, out on the field to get things going tonight. Going to hand that one off to Rocco McLongfellow. He'll go for a loss of 3 on the play. A couple of new players here for Wichita tonight, both of them on the defense. Number 99, Zachary Odom, and strong safety number 24, Joshua Doerr. So, you talked about Wichita being streaky. A couple extra players on defense certainly can help them get a little bit more consistent.
I caught the eye of a couple of people, says I have to join it, and maybe we can keep the streak going in the positive way.
So second down and 13 now. Wiseman hands that one off again to McLongfellow. What a move down the sideline, crossing midfield, crossing the 40, all the way down to the 32-yard line. A huge run of 46 yards for McLongfellow.
McLongfellow put a move, and I do believe it was on a defender. Oh man, we didn't get another look at it, but wow, he put a move on the defender right there. John Howard, 22, right here, where he hit him right there. Look at that. Broke his ankles almost, and just takes off running. And what a way for the second play of the game.
First down and 10 now. Sticking to the ground this whole time, getting up to the 30-yard line. We'll take a look at this Milwaukee Stags offense. Rocco McLongfellow is the halfback, and you got Mike Churchill and Fergus Scorch Henderson at wide receiver as a couple of the claimed players here on this offense. And, of course, we mentioned Adam Wiseman, quarterback, number 12. Loves seeing number 12 on a QB.
Yeah, it's one of the great numbers in sim sports.
Sure is. Avery Tigner getting a chance to run the ball, goes nowhere, and we'll look at this Wichita defense. You see Zachary Odom there on the left. We mentioned him already. Casey Reed, another claimed player. Harper Dew is the middle linebacker. You see him there in the middle, number 54. And Joshua Doerr, number 24, a new addition to this defense. So looking good. I love these. I love the green and black.
It's done really good. It's not too dark of a green as we've seen with other teams. It's a little bit lighter than that, and it makes the black show a little bit more.
Milwaukee throwing. That one's broken up and incomplete. The first pass of the ball game goes for naught, and fourth down comes up. Sam Reed on for what'll be a long field goal try. Trying to get some points off of what was a promising drive.
Yeah, it started out real good with McLongfellow running, for that 40-something yard run there. But guess what? They get there and they end up in a situation where now they just don't progress anymore. And now they're trying a long field goal.
48 yards from the left hash. Kick is on its way low, and it doesn't even make it to the goalpost, Gerald.
I guess it was a lot longer than what we thought.
Dude, that looked like me out there kicking that ball.
Wow, it was about a 48-yarder, and it was well short. I wouldn't even call it even close. It wasn't even close. So low.
I'm not sure I have ever seen a kicker kick the field goal and have it land in the end zone.
Well, you just saw it.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Sheldon Cooper. I meant before now. All right, why don't we see what Wichita can do? BK Solberg, play action, hit and sacked. Green with the tackle. A loss of 9 on the opening play for the Flyers.
Charles Green just coming right in there, and he just beat the interior lineman right there really, really quick. Wasn't fooled by the play action. Solberg had nowhere to go. He just beat him so quick off the snap. Solberg had nothing to do. He come out the play action, and the guy was right in his face.
Second down and 19. The defense looking distraught. It was one play, guys. It'll be okay. Solberg, who stands at about 8'12", on 2nd and 19, throws it over the middle. Chris Delro gets the catch. They get the sack yardage back. 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, it's still a 3rd and long right here. So we're going to see what we're going to do. Look, Solberg's going to try and come through. Look, and he has some pretty good wide receivers in Gilmer and Shea.
Solberg back to throw. Has time. Deep downfield, and that one's incomplete. It was a good pass attempt. Was trying to get that one out to Darian Adkins. Pass is broken up, and very quick 3 and out as that was, Charles Green, defensive tackle number 90. You saw him on that sack. When you get a 9-yard sack on the opening play of a drive, that almost just is like a drive killer instantly.
Yeah, it's on the first play. It puts them way behind the chains for sure. But they come up pretty big, and I think Milwaukee was fortunate there, right? The wide receiver had both hands on the ball and just dropped it.
Nice punt, drops down at the 11. Even nicer return as he gets that up to the 28-yard line. Great return on the play for Henderson as he gets them up to the 28. And there it is. There's your Week 12 playoff picture for the Great East Conference. As we mentioned at the beginning, Rivermen, Pirates, Pioneers, and Vultures at 1 through 4. And then the Talons, Flyers, Lightning, and Stags at 5 through 8. So, of course, wow, that play broke it up. Seeing a lot of negative plays.
Odom, right? He comes in as a new player and just destroys that play right there, right off the edge. The tight end didn't have no shot. Look at this. Just tore it all up. Great tackle by him.
Yeah, Churchill on the end around goes for a loss of 3 on the play. And I believe, if I remember it, Stags they did. They started with a loss of 3 on their opening possession as well. Jaw, man. I'll even say that one.
That's a jaw
laid out. Casey Reed.
That's too crazy. Like
gain of nothing.
Very, very good play recognition plays right there by the defense and just killing it.
Only thing that McLongfellow gained on that play was a couple of broken ribs. Wiseman on 3rd and 13. Wide open over the middle. Mike Churchill catches the first completion of the day for the Stags, moves the chains, and keeps the drive alive.
Man, it's got to be like demoralizing for it, right? Like you actually have those first 2 plays like that, negative yards, no gain, huge hits. And then on this 3rd and long, it's a situation for you to get off the field and somewhat like fully take over the momentum, and you give up a 3rd and long like that to a receiver who's pretty much wide open.
Wiseman on the season, 25 touchdown passes. Let's see if he's able to add to that total tonight. For right now, they're still sticking to that ground game. McLongfellow now with 5 rushes for 47 yards. He picks up 3 there.
Yeah, a whole lot better than the loss of 3 he started out with. But
2nd down and 7 as Milwaukee approaches midfield. Play action. Wiseman has all day in the pocket. Decides to throw down the right sideline and finds not only one open guy, Gerald, but 2 just standing there. Dallas Wright's the one that decided to haul it in. I think those 2 guys were standing there saying, do you want to catch it? Do you want me to? No, you got it? Okay, yeah, look at this.
I don't understand how you get both these guys like wide open, straight blown coverage. And as you saw low, I mean, Wichita was covering a receiver somewhat in the flats, maybe about 5 to 8 yards off the line, and double coverage in that guy, and left left him, wide open.
Wiseman to McLongfellow. McLongfellow will pick up a few yards, gain of 6. Now in much better field goal range with that miss on the opening possession.
I'm not so sure.
With a miss on the opening possession, they've only missed 2 on the season, 13-15 now. As that one gains only a couple. So 3rd down and 2. I think he can make it from here.
We can hope so. I'm sure Milwaukee's hoping so, right? I'm sure they're hoping they pick this up and keep the drive going.
Yeah, they want to see if he can make an extra point. This is what they want to do. Fake the end around. Yeah.
We're going to find out right now if he can make it.
Goes for another loss, 4th down and 4. So 16th field goal try of the season coming up now for Sam Reed. For those arriving late, Reed kicked a 48-yarder on the opening possession, and it didn't even make it out of the white paint in the back of the end zone.
Maybe a 35-yarder is what he actually kicked.
Look at the Stags players are like, man, he's going to miss.
Like, why are we letting this guy kick the ball again?
30, we'll call it 31 and a half. Sam Reed kicks it much better this time. It's up and good. He's like, you like that? Yeah, we did, Sam. We did. 3-0. Stags over the Flyers now. As you see your first bingo numbers of the night.
Yeah, and he just, after he made that, he started probably pointing the lineman, saying, I told you I could make it. Because if you look at it, that one had such a high kind of trajectory.
Better.
The other one was such a line drive.
He just shanked it.
Yeah, just didn't get a good foot on it. Is that what you say? Foot on it, leg on it? How would you call that?
Well, foot. Yeah, you don't kick it with your leg.
Well, you kick it with your leg.
No, you kick it with your foot, man.
Well, your leg is part of the process.
Well, yeah, your leg's attached to your pelvis too. You use your pelvis to kick it.
It's all part of the mechanics.
Torso.
It's part of the mechanics.
It's all part of the machine. The machine that is Sam Reed. I have no idea what we're talking about. Nice return up the middle. We'll see if Wichita can get a better drive going. 4:06 to go here in the first quarter. Their first possession, a quick 3-and-out. Solberg sacked for a 9-yard loss on the opening play, and they were only able to gain those sack yards back and nothing more. So as you see the total yards up at the top, 102 for Milwaukee, 0 for Wichita. Solberg, play action, rolls out right and checks that one down to his tight end, Corey Neal. Good for a short gain of 3, but positive yards is positive yards. Appreciate all you joining us in the chat. We got Porsche Henson, Joshua Dorr, Robert Henson. Glad to see you here, sir. Mike Churchill, Mr. Churchill. Justin Reside, think outside the box. It's always good advice. Solberg throwing down the left side, and that one bounces out of the hands of R.J. Gilmer. 3rd and 7.
Gilmer got to come down with that. I know he had his hands extended. Couldn't really pull it down his body before he got hit, but you get both hands on it, you got to secure it and keep it in there.
Chad Rowland's here. Solberg on 3rd down. Pressure almost gets there. Throws and incomplete. And we saw that on the opening possession too, Gerald, on the 3rd down possession. They just chucked it deep into tight coverage, and Milwaukee's defense does a great job, breaks up the pass.
Yeah, look, and they were right there, right? Tight coverage, being right on the guy right there. And they got to hold on these balls. This is a third, potential catch that they had actually both their hands on it, and Chase couldn't secure it, as you would think, a receiver of his caliber could. Another 3-and-out here.
Another 3-and-out indeed. They've still only gained 3 yards of offense so far tonight. That kick up to the 21-yard line, and Milwaukee will get their 3rd possession now of the ball game.
It's strange too. I mean, they're Wichita's playing at home here, and typically you would say, hey, the home team actually has the advantage, especially when playing these tight games like this.
Wiseman down to the bottom, finds once again a very wide open target. Now 3 of 4 for 68 yards as he connects with Fergus Henderson.
Yeah, this is what they call him, scorch right here. They're just getting in there. Look, he looked like he thought he was closer to what he was.
He's got that toe
tapping.
drag swag 10 yards into the middle of the field there. Listen, safety first.
Yeah, whatever works, right?
He's like, I've been running. I don't know where I am. We're just gonna toe tap this one.
He thought he was he thought he was closer to what he was, but look, he was able to secure it. Let's go now. Get in there and reset the downs for him.
First down and 10 at the 37. Wiseman chucks that one down short and good for the gain of 4. You talked about Wichita and their ups, their downs. They, winners of their first 4, losers of their next 4, won their next 2. Meanwhile, Milwaukee, started off a little bit slower. They went 1-3. Excuse me, 1-3 in their first 4 games, and now they've gone 3-1 in their last 4 games. So trying to get things a little bit turned around. Of course, Milwaukee here tonight at 5-5, Wichita at 6-4. Both vying for playoff positioning. On 3rd and 4, easily getting the first down as Wright was wide open. Again, there's the updated look at the playoff picture that includes the games that happened tonight earlier on game night. Those results are added in there, so it's up to the second with updated intel.
Yeah, look, and the thing about it is, I mean, the Stags are coming out right and showing that, hey, look, that they know that they need to win this game. If if the season were to end after this game, they lose, they could be like on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
From, when it comes to playoffs. So, they're playing with a little bit more urgency right now. It seems like.
And playing well. Only 3 points to speak of, and now a big stack to start this play as they lose 11. Second down and 21. That'll certainly make things a lot more difficult. But even though it's only a 3-0 game, it not only does it feel like it's been all Milwaukee, you look at the yardage it has been too, even though that one just cost them 11.
Yeah, look, and you look at it right here. I don't know how Adam Wiseman didn't see this very large man, getting right up in his grill like that.
And blended in with the grass.
Or even try to move, right? Like,
he's like, I just accept my fate.
I don't know, but look, in another life, right? Adam Wiseman's known for living in the backfield. Maybe he got a little lost.
Wiseman over the middle. Oh, what a pass completion. And then Churchill turning upfield, picking up 20 yards.
Yeah, and look at Wiseman, right? 6 of 7 on the day. Churchill with a quick catch right over the middle and turns it up real fast.
Yeah.
Doesn't waste much time trying to protect the ball as well and being able to get there and making this a very, very 3rd and short.
Wow. From 2nd down and 21 to 3rd down and 1. That's how we will get the second quarter started, as the first quarter is going to tick to a close before this snap. So 1 quarter down, 3 quarters to go. You're watching the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Cameron Irvine back at UFL Studios, running the show for us. First down is easily obtained by McLongfellow. Week 12 UFL action. The Stags at the Flyers. Only 3-0, but every yard of offense except for 3 have been accounted for by the Stags. Only 3 yards of offense for the Flyers. They haven't been able to get anything going.
Like I would say, hey, look, if they chewed up a lot of clock, the Stags,
yeah,
you're thinking, hey, this way, but they're not chewing up a whole lot of clock. Wichita has 2 possessions, only amount of 3 yards.
Wiseman has time, throws to the bottom, and I think he was throwing it to the chain gang there. Didn't see anyone else in the area, just the guy holding the chains.
Yeah, maybe he heard me criticize him. Like, this man just says I need to get rid of the ball and just not hang out there. It's enough.
I don't want this anymore. Just throws it. Wiseman to McLongfellow. Oh, makes a man. Oh, makes one man miss, but not the second. Harper do. This, how do you do? Sit down. 3rd and 8.
Yeah, I still don't know how the first defender missed him. He just dove under an arm tackle or something, but
he just shimmied.
3rd down right here. 3rd and medium-ish.
Wiseman protected very well all night, and wow, another wide open target. Henderson, nobody within 10 yards of him.
Scorch was just sitting there, right? Just sitting there right in the middle of the field in that huge zone. And Wiseman just didn't. He just sat there right inside the 10 and got his team down to like the 1 yard line now. Wow.
I mentioned Wiseman with 25 passing touchdowns on the season. That's second best in the league behind Miami's Rob Crone, who has 26. So if he's able to punch this one in with a touchdown pass, he will tie Crone for first place in the passing touchdown category. He does have significantly more interceptions, though. Wiseman moving in the pocket, and there it is. Touchdown 26 on the season as the Stags extend their lead.
And credit goes to the offensive line for getting Wiseman enough time to be able to throw the ball. Credit to Scorch Henderson right there by being able to run a very good route, letting it mature, and finding the area right there. And then when you got a linebacker covering you with a name like Scorch, I'll take that every time.
Yeah, all you got to do is scorch him.
And he scorched him.
He did. He did.
And now
a shaky moment for Sam Reed, though, is now he's got to kick it from 32. All right, it looks like he's fixed. I'm not sure what happened to poor Sam on that first field goal.
He's just nodding and talking smack to the opponents.
No,
and somebody
even his
else.
teammates kind of walked off field like, good, you did it this time. I'm going to head back to the bench. Yeah, listen, the life of a kicker, you're either the hero or the villain. There's like no in between. You make the kick and they're like, yeah, you did good.
I'll say it, right? Like, when, like I know they're people, but we don't treat them like people. They're just different. It seems like they're so expendable at times.
Yeah, but then the game's on the line and you need them.
You're like, I need you, bro. I need you to come through. He was like, man, you just wanted to just rip me apart last week because I missed one kick and it didn't even cost us the game.
Touchback for the Flyers. We'll see if they can get anything going on offense. No points and 3 yards to speak of. See if they show us a updated. There it is. The updated total yards. 182 for Milwaukee and 3 for Wichita. Here in the second quarter. Solberg doubles the team's yardage in one shot. And gets that one complete for a gain of 6.
Well, and Shea looked like they almost had to double clutch it a little bit to be able to get it in. It was a little bit funky, but he's like, I gotta hang on to this one. We've been dropping too many early on.
Second and 4, they'll go down to the ground this time. That one is carried by Chris Delro. Third down and 2. So this is the first third down that's actually a manageable one.
Yeah, look, and I don't know if I liked how Delro started carrying that ball when he was handed off.
He's just holding it like a loaf of bread there.
Hanging it really, really low.
Let's see if maybe that's his signature move. It kind of looks like it is. See if he picked that one up. They're going to spot him just shy, which would mean the third consecutive 3 and out for the Flyers.
And they've amassed, 12 yards maybe?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. 12.9 because it's 4th and inches, but
man,
it has been a rough go of it for Wichita, who is actually 3rd in the league in scoring. They average 27, almost 27.5 points a game, Gerald, and so far nothing in this one. Plenty of football left. It's not the lack of points that has me concerned for Wichita tonight. It's the lack of offense in general. Like you see McLongfellow's stats, he's got 65 yards. The entire Wichita offense has 12.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing. Look, and McLong, he had that on one run. More than that. Almost quadruple that on one run.
Wiseman picks up a whole bunch right there. Dewan Wright with the 9-yard catch. And, we've been picking on Sam Reed, the kicker. And, you say that, you try to treat him like people, but you don't. Listen, St. Louis has won their last 2 games with walk-off field goals. Oh, look at this. Speaking of walk-offs, Churchill to the end zone. Touchdown, Stags. This one's getting out of hand early.
Yeah, and guess what? It was a similar route we saw on the last drive where he picked it up. He just goes right across at about a 10 to 15-yard route. Makes a move, gets a decent little block, and Churchill takes off. And he just flipped the game up upside its head right here.
Oh, absolutely. Milwaukee, you know, I talked about Wichita being third best in scoring in the league. Milwaukee's actually fourth best. They're just shy of averaging 27 points per game, and that was the 10th touchdown for Churchill this season, which leads the league. And I think we can see why. I mean, the guy has a great rudder, if you will, you know, a lot better than the Titanic had. He catches the ball and turns instantaneously and just gets to full speed. A top-notch receiver in the league is the 6'1" Mike Churchill. And man of the hour, Sam Reed on for his extra point.
Yeah, look, and he's so fast. Churchill is so fast. Now a guy like Sam Reed doesn't feel like it's solely on him now, right? I just got kicked your extra points, boys. I missed one. You guys bailed me out. Now we got a 3-score lead right here. Wichita looking like, hey, the third best scoring offense in the league. And here we are, right? A quarter and a half in, they'll have nothing. Their offense is doing nothing at all, right? So, I mean, what are they going to do at this point, right? And look, and if Milwaukee, and I feel like Milwaukee then came into Wichita and it's just slapping around, punching them in the face. And like I said, Wichita got two straight wins. They're coming right in at home and it's just, I don't know, slapping them around. It's really interesting.
Brandon Cutter with the ball teed up, kicking this one away into the end zone for a touchback. You look perplexed.
I know a Brandon Cutter very, very well. And he has hair. Yeah. He's also an HVAC technician. He's a punter on the field apparently.
He's a great HVAC technician. He fixed my air conditioning just the other day for the low price of free. It's good to know people.
Oh yeah, when you know people, I mean,
when
people
you know. Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's say hi to some other people in the chat because I had Colin Northrup yelling at me. Mike, hi Colin. I wasn't ignoring you. There was just a lot of things going on. Hope things are going well. Tell Denver I said hi. Pet his head for me. To be clear, for those of you who don't know Denver, that's a dog. So I'm not telling him to pet his little brother or something. That'd be a little awkward. So anyway, back to the game. They just lost 2 yards. They're down to 9 again.
Oh, man. It's like, I don't look, the Stags defense is really doing well right now through the first quarter and a half.
Robert Henson knows what's up.
Yeah, it's you know how it goes. That's I don't know. That's
Damon Simeon in the chat.
Damon, I love me some Damon.
I got to send him some shoes later on tonight. Remind me.
Shoes?
Yeah, it'll make sense later. 3rd down and 12, and they go with a draw. Picking up some yards is Chris Delro, but not nearly enough. 4 in a row, Gerald. Fourth, right, so 3 and outs.
All right, so I would be very interested, right, to hear our AI expert, Cameron Irvine, in this situation with them down this much score, what maybe the AI was thinking about at that moment in time to do the draw play.
I think you just wanted Cam, and I'm here for it.
I love it.
So pretty.
I'm like a genie, I just pop up when you ask. Oh, nice juke there. Look at Henderson.
Yeah.
So, well, I think what happened there for Wichita, of course, about on a 3rd and long, a playbook has anywhere between maybe 12 to 20 plays in it. A draw is one of those plays. Well, if you're in 3rd and long a lot in a first half, the game is trying things that it hasn't yet tried yet because nothing else has worked. And so you might not normally see the draw called in that situation, but because Wichita has been in 3rd and long so much in the first half, the odds go up that, hey, maybe we try a draw and catch them off guard. That didn't work either. Tough first half for Wichita so far.
Tough half indeed, and Milwaukee having quite the opposite. You saw the stats for Mike Churchill, 119 yards and a touchdown, and you might think that those are complete stats for a game, but Gerald, that's 3 receptions. 3 catches, and he's got a $119 and a touchdown.
And he's killing it, right? And he ends up now having over 1,000 yards on the season. He's the 4th receiver this season to cross that 1,000-yard threshold in receiving.
2nd down and 2. They hand it off to McLongfellow. He'll bounce his way forward for a gain of a few. He's now got 69 yards on a handful of carries. Passing yard comparisons between these two teams. 211 passing yards for Milwaukee to 9 yards for Wichita.
Seems unfair.
And a little bit less yards in the stat line now for the Stags is a sack. Finally something going the Flyers' way as Casey Reed gets him down.
Zachary Odom was so happy he started digging a grave. and
he's
Casey
new here. He doesn't know.
He's like, Casey Reed, helped to get him down. And, Casey Reed's like, professional. Zachary Odom's just like, I'm digging that grave, boy. Watch this. It's starting. It's starting.
Odom was digging for buried points that he can put up on the board. Not sure what he was up to, but
that was amazing.
Wiseman has time, throws to the bottom, finds his target, but I believe he caught that one out of bounds. Yeah, he did. Incomplete. 3rd down and 17 now, as maybe the tide has turned a little and something might finally go Flyers' way.
Yeah, and Wichita hasn't been great in these 3rd and long, defensive situations.
Wiseman up top, throwing it way short of the line to gain, and well defended by Harper Dew as he gets the tackle. And 4th down and 13, and Stags will have to punt.
Yeah, very, very. Look, and that's what Wichita needed to try and a little bit gain some of this momentum, right? Because I do believe that was 3 straight drives up until this one that the Stags have actually took their drives down the points.
Yes.
This is something that Wichita needed to be able to get the ball back and try to get some of that momentum before the half.
Cutter punts this one away, goes into the end zone for a touchback. 3:29 to go here in the first half. Yeah.
Dude, it's uncanny. Looks like him. Look,
you got to call him up and tell him to go ahead and claim Brandon Cutter. He already exists.
The HVAC technician, Brandon Cutter, has long hair.
He does. He does.
And this kid has
just
it on
like
the
punter
field.
Brandon Cutter on the Stags.
What is going on?
What are the odds of that?
Jeez.
BK Solberg finally moving the chains and breaking the trend. 4 straight 3-and-outs, and finally with that pass completion to Timothy Shea, they move the sticks for the first time in this ball game. And we still haven't. We never even got a chance to see the offensive possessions were so short. We never got a chance to see the starting offense for the Flyers introduced. But the quarterback is BK Solberg. Chris Delaro is the halfback. RJ Gilmer and Timothy Shea are the wide receivers. And Raylan Witten is the tight end. We'll pick up 9.9 there, 2nd down and inches. And we might actually see a 2nd consecutive first down here.
Yeah, and it'll actually work, right? Atkins hung on to it, tried to get it, but here we are.
Wichita 4th best in the SFL, UFL, excuse me, bad habit, at getting first downs per game, averaging about 18. And tonight now they have 2.
Look, and they're actually marching themselves down the field now, getting a little bit of that momentum. It took them almost 2 quarters to do so.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. All Milwaukee so far, 17-0. Stags over the Flyers. The Flyers on the move. You're watching the UFL, the Virtual Football Network. I'm Mike. He's Gerald. Cam the Genie is in the box, but we'll bring him back later. 2nd down and 7 now here in the final 2 minutes of half. And there he is. See, just like that. He appears. He goes away. That was enough for me. We'll bring him back later on.
Yeah.
Love it.
You can't have this without the cam.
This wouldn't be right. Oh,
hang on to it.
Great defensive effort by Poppy Coles. Cornerback numero uno here on the Stags. Unclaimed, by the way. For those watching still wanting to get their name on the back of a jersey, you can do it. Poppy Coles can be yours. Some of the top positions still being available for so many teams. Great opportunities for anybody who wants to get involved. Chris Delro picks up the first down. Up to the 27-yard line. Minute 17, clock rolling.
Delro makes me nervous with the way he holds the ball. Look, whenever he gets into traffic, he does protect it, but man, somebody's going to reach out and slap that ball out.
Looks just
and
like,
be, you know.
Yeah, retired NFL player LaShawn McCoy. Played for the Eagles, played for the Buffalo Bills. I think briefly sat on the bench for Kansas City. But that's how he carried the ball. He used to terrify me as a fan. Wide open into the red zone, and first down and goal now for Wichita as that pass is complete down to the 6-yard line. Darian Adkins with the big catch.
Look, better late than never right there, but guess what? Just running right down the seam right there, and there was nobody there. The linebackers vacated it, got deep enough past the corners, right in front of the safeties, and got themselves in a very, very good position to actually put some points on the board here before half.
J.W. Hart says Deshaun Jackson vibes too. Yes, absolutely. Hopefully Delro doesn't pitch it behind him before crossing the end zone as Jackson once did. Probably more than once. False start now for Wichita, which is just, man, that's just something you, as a coach, you just can't accept when your offense gets a false start at home.
And you're at home, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Cut him.
Solberg, first and goal to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. The O had to go. The Flyers on the board. Shea with the catch. Touchdown, Wichita.
And Shea was able to hold on to that one. He had a few drops early on in the game, but right here in the back of the end zone, secured it, got hit, did a little bit of a pirouette. But look, I mean, they're able to turn this now, pinning the extra point down to, you know, a 10-point game going into the half. And now, if I'm not mistaken, they do get the second half kickoff right here. So they can
chance to double dip.
Yeah, they can double dip on it and close it down to a 1-score lead if they come out of half.
Extra point is good as Drew Duncan joins the kicking party. Gets another point on the board for Wichita. And like you said, 10-point game now in what was completely a lopsided all-Stags game. Finally got the fifth time's the charm, as they say. Got the drive finally going.
Fifth time?
I mean, well, that's what they're saying right now.
I thought it was, well, I guess it's a better late than never type situation.
There you go.
Good God. 5 times you had, 3 straight drives of 3 and outs, a total of 11, 4 straight drives?
Yeah.
3 and out with a total of 12 yards of total offense. And you finally put it together on the 5th drive.
Yeah, good sustained drive.
Points.
Yeah, got 7 points, got 7 on the bingo cards. Is that kick return up to the 25-yard line? Don't expect to see much from the Stags here as they will likely want to maintain their 10-point lead into the half.
Yeah, look, and they got to come out there. What they need to do is actually come out right here, stop them from getting any yards, because we know that they can actually put yards up really, really quick right here, because Milwaukee has done that so far with their drives they've had.
Wiseman throws, and that one is complete. Gets tackled. They'll say they got tackled out of bounds. And Gerald, exciting news for Milwaukee. The real-life Brandon Cutter is watching.
He is watching
the Stags punter version Brandon Cutter.
I'm
telling you, he should just claim the punter.
He's already
minimal work for the league. He's already named the right way.
Doesn't change anything, and he's gonna see this man boot the ball, come out after half. He's probably saying, "Who is this guy? Why does he have my name? He's a great player.
He's got the flowing locks and everything."
The flowing locks.
Yeah, McLongfellow trying to make something happen before they Stags call a timeout. After that nice run by McLongfellow, they want to see if they can do something here.
It looks like Wichita was trying to rip the ball out right there, try and get it back. But I mean, you want to just bring them to the ground and make them use them timeouts up, but. I mean, we're going to find out what they're going to see, what they're going to do right here. I mean, one thing I haven't liked in some of these things, they come out and these things, they call timeout and they just run it. I never quite understood it.
Handing that one off once again, getting up the middle.
They're getting chunk yardage.
Yeah, it's working. Now they call another timeout. And listen, now they've got to throw. There's, 7 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. Yeah, and they've got one timeout left. Yeah, you know what? A quick pass and they could get themselves into field goal range.
I do believe they had 12 seconds on the clock before that run. They used 5. They can get themselves in field goal range.
Well,
maybe
we
not.
saw Sam Reed with the 48-yarder. Listen, he's done good since then. Pass up top. Okay, well, I guess here we go. Oh, we got it with 1 second left.
I can't believe this.
All right, well, warm up that leg, Sam Reed. We've got faith in you.
Oh, my God. Sam Reed's like, I got to redeem myself.
He does. He does. Let's see. This one's positioned at the 28-yard line, so we've got a 45-yard field goal coming up with 1 second left.
He was about 10 yards short.
Kick in the other direction, though. So Sam Reed, good snap, good hold, kick on its way. It's long enough, and it is good. Gets the field goal and extends the Stags' lead as we head into the half. And just like that, Sam Reed redeems. And Milwaukee takes a 20-7 lead into the half. And the stat line, though, not even close. 220 yards to 85. Gerald, your thoughts on the first half so far?
Well, it's been all Milwaukee. Milwaukee's been getting chunk plays and everything else. And what Wichita could not have right at the end of the half with about 30 seconds left to go is to allow them to get down there and get more points on the board. And what they did, they allowed it to happen. And they had 2 runs on that drive within 30 seconds that were chunk yardage, and then 1 longer pass play to get within field goal range. And Reed kicking the ball like nobody's business recently. So here we are after the first miss. But I mean, Wichita's got some stuff that they need to correct in the second half.
They sure do, and we'll get the second half started in just a bit as Cutter's getting ready to tee it up. But first, we'll pause for league rights.
This presentation of the UFL is intended for the private use of our audience. Any accounts or descriptions of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Brandon Cutter, HVAC wizard and kickoff expert. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Got a good one brewing here tonight. I expect Wichita to get some more points on the board. Talked about, how they are third best in the league in scoring, averaging over 27 points a game. Already got 7 on the board now. A nice touchdown pass to Timothy Shea. He's actually had quite a season. That was his 6th receiving touchdown. All of his other teammates have 10 combined. So he's accounted for most of the scoring, when it comes to touchdowns for Wichita, as Solberg comes right out, just absolutely zipping the ball over the middle. Adkins with another catch. He's had a few tonight.
Yeah, and their defense has got to actually stand out, right? Their offense seemingly on their last drive getting themselves in a situation where they'll be able to put points on the board, but their defense is going to have to stand out, right? Like we said, Wichita's number 3 in points in the league.
Solberg to the bottom, complete, gets the first down. Both quarterbacks with a 12 on their jersey tonight. It was meant to be for us to call this game.
It's like I said, it's the greatest number in sim sports.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Absolutely.
Let's go D, tighten up. Let's go D, tighten up.
Solberg up top, and 85 forgot to block. Well, Shea's blocking now. It's too late. The whistle's been blown. But boomer bust is those quick screen plays.
You got one guy, like it doesn't work so good in man coverage. You got one guy trying to block 2 defenders. Not really going to work.
Earlier on during game night, James Cooley caught a 46-yard touchdown on one of those screens. As a coach, I'm not a fan. Also not a fan of Delro and his loaf of bread ball carrying skills there, but we've beaten that poor horse to death. It's just every time he carries it, it's like, come on, man.
It just looks. I don't know. He must have a death grip on it or something.
Well, he's got really big hands, and he just gets them halfway around that ball. He's like, I got this.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just
what if he's
move.
running and it hits his thigh?
Well, then it's gonna fall out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's got that kind of grip on it. I don't know. Here's another 3rd and long for them. They have not been very successful on these.
3rd and very long. Solberg throws for first down yardage. Can he get there?
He's short, I think.
I think he's short too, but they're going to mark him with the first down. Witten with the catch. Raylan Witten, tight end number 1, gets the big completion. Get another look at this one. I think right
put the ball
here
out
he
there.
extended it just past the line of gain. We'll see
I think
if we
he
get
did
a
it by
side.
accident.
Just was swinging.
He actually did it. Just a swinging around.
All right, we'll get
Let's just see
another.
what we got here.
Got the Matrix cam going right now. And yeah, I mean, he definitely extended his arm.
He extended enough and pulled it back in just enough time for the defender.
Accidentally
Not to-
on. Oh, that's a
not to knock it
generous
out.
spot. He definitely. I don't think he reached
Wow,
that
they gave him a
far.
whole another yard and a half.
Solberg has time. Could order a pizza while he's back there in the pocket. And ends up throwing for a gain of 2. Scratch that. 1.
It's, I don't know. I mean, they do good stuff, and all of a sudden, like, it's, you know.
Second down and 9. Solberg
Oh,
up
he's
top.
going deep.
Finds
He's
him
got
in
him.
deep, and he's got him into the end zone. Touchdown, Flyers. And they're right back in this one.
And he just threw it up for Blair Jamar on just a straight go route. He just lofted it up. Solberg, all 6'4" of his frame, getting behind that throw.
Wow.
And hitting them in stride and doing it. That's just what they needed. Big, huge play. We're going to get a pylon cam view here, and they knock it over. Here it is, right here. Don't see nothing. There it goes, falls over. Makes everybody dizzy.
Oh, no.
Loses
Well,
footage.
He broke that.
Yeah.
That camera's
Coming
dead.
out of his paycheck, and he ain't even a contract.
It's only Jamar's 5th catch of the season. I was wondering where Solberg was going with that one. I thought he was just like, I'm just going to throw it to the moon, see what happens. But, I mean, then we saw Jamar sprinting down the sideline. I'm like, maybe he'll get there. And he
got
did.
there. He
got
ran
there,
right into
got
it.
in the
Very,
end zone.
very good throw. Very, very good chance to take. Look, and Solberg saw that early on.
Yeah.
And seeing what he had.
Oh,
there,
yeah. He's
safety
like,
was
he'll beat
playing.
him.
Safety was playing more inside the hash and outside the hash and took a shot.
Ron Haynes is in the chat now, man. That just made my night that much better.
It just got real in here.
It did get real in here. Now we got to be professional.
We got to have that Haynes vision.
I don't think we're getting Haynes vision
We-
yet. No, I don't think. I don't think that's why he's here. I think he's just playing some bingo and hanging out.
Wow.
Yeah, well, let him have his fun. You can't make the man work every time you see him.
No, why not? But you know what was very good to see? No, we gave him a little gift for all the
Of
work that he's
course.
done for us, and him and his wife had a nice time
We
out,
sure did.
which is
That's
great.
what it's all about, man.
Love you, Ron. You did great stuff.
Absolutely. First down and 10 for the Stags as they saw their 17-point lead dwindle to 6. They're going to go right back over the middle to the moneymaker, Mike Churchill, as he's had himself a fantastic night. And his cutting ability, his moves, his speed, all of it just phenomenal.
It's-
Updated stats, 124 yards on 4 catches and a touchdown.
and his acceleration after the catch is
amazing.
unmatched in this game.
Wiseman's going to try his own moon ball as he just
got him!
sends it downfield. Oh, he underthrew
him!
Oh, Churchill. Churchill was in the end zone waiting on it. He just couldn't get enough distance on that one. Too much height, not enough distance.
Wiseman was trying to hit the moon. What was he doing?
Oh, second down and 10. That would have been an amazing play. McLongfellow trying to make up for something there, and it's going to be a 3rd and 6. Make it a 3rd and 7. Coming up is
Wow, such a missed opportunity.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Harper Dew gets another tackle. Yeah, just underthrow. That just shows the speed of Churchill. He outran a deep pass. Oh, this time there's a nice complete. Oh, he dropped the ball.
Churchill, oh my God.
4th down, Churchill. I thought he had that one too. And Durr, another new addition, Joshua Durr, the new safety, knocking that one out. Check it out on this replay here. There's
he
Durr.
came in
Bam.
there and just knocked it right out. Oh man.
They don't call him a strong safety for nothing, Gerald.
Oh, he hit, as he was coming to bring it down to the body, Durr got his right hand in there and punched it out. As if Cutter can't get any more airtime. Here he is
There
again.
he is. Brandon Cutter. They'll punt the ball. They'll fix your air conditioning. Does it all. Look at that. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. My goodness. Yeah, flex.
right inside
Flex
the
that
three.
one. Yeah, he did.
There you go. Flexing it
Man.
out, amped up.
He can do more than just replace a capacitor.
I'm telling you, he's doing it all tonight. I mean, look. By his day job is the HVAC technician. On game night, he'll
Punt
kick
guy.
he'll kick a damn ball for you wherever you want it.
Punt God. That's what I'm saying. Hey, he's in the chat now. Show us the punt god.
He's made it.
Oh,
it's a
safety! The Milwaukee
wow.
defense just swarms Solberg, adds on a couple of more points. And yes, show us that safety sign. Solberg didn't even stand a chance.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Like, I feel like you got to drop a little bit further back right there.
Charles Green.
He just overpowered this guy there.
Yeah, Charles Green, second sack of the ball game, and that one good for a couple of points. Another unclaimed player. There's plenty of still starting roles here on the Milwaukee Stags, a team that's in playoff contention, and they could be your players.
And think about it, right? Think about it. I know we're giving old Brandon Cutter a lot of stuff, but guess what? That punt put that defense in a situation to get that safety and their offense to get the ball back.
Player of the game. Probably not, but certainly having some fun with it.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's because he had the flowing locks, too. It's like,
Dude,
well, come on, man.
I'm watching. I'm like, I'm confused. I know this guy.
I know. I said his name. You're looking like, who'd you just say? I'm like, it's right there on the sheet. And you're like, but that's my boy. Like, oh, yeah. McLongfellow. Getting right back down to the ground. He's already passed 114. Well, he's got 114 yards. Passing the 100-yard mark definitely has been a big part of the Stags' offense. No touchdowns for him yet in this one.
Look, and the Stags are doing well. I mean, they're holding on to, and look, and right now they have all the momentum right now, in my opinion.
Right back down to Longfellow as he's actually pushed forward for a first down. His tackle on the play made by the middle linebacker, Devontae Tarver. Outside linebacker, Devontae Tarver. First down and 10. Longfellow stumbling and bumbling and gets 9 yards on the pickup. Second down and 1.
And this is a short look, and this is actually a short distance right here. Look, and they're coming out in a gun. They gotta be doing a draw.
They are indeed, as McLongfellow's able to pick it up. Yeah. And Will Lipscomb, the left tackle, still blocking significantly after the whistle, but no flag. Listen, his whole job is you just block.
Yeah, so
block until we tell you to stop blocking.
That's what pays in big bucks. Whistle to whistle.
We'll go with the end around.
Have we seen that successful at all? I don't know if we've seen that successful at all.
Not in
this
any of
season.
the games that we have called have we ever seen that play actually work for us.
It's like the good old jet sweep, and just I don't know. I just hadn't seen it materialize.
Another draw.
Look at the
untouched for 15 yards as he gets almost up to $150 on the night. 19 rushes, 146 yards.
And that offensive line. Hey, look, they said we want a good old snowball truck to drive right on through here, and that's what we got.
First down and 10 from the 21. McLongfellow out to the left this time, only picks up a couple. They'll mark him with a 2-yard gain, second down and 8.
And they're just dominating, in my opinion, like the time of possession Milwaukee is, right, with everything they had going on. And, they're going down there, and they're getting points off of most of their drives that they're doing. I think only 2 of their drives has not resulted into points right now.
Staying with the hot hand as McLongfellow is jettisoned forward again for another. No, I guess they don't give him the first down. I thought he landed completely full body past the line to gain, but
that's a visitor spot right there.
Yep.
And there's and McLongfellow has a season high 156 right now on the day.
And we're still here in the third quarter. Gains another 6 right there to get him down to the 5-yard line. First and goal from the 5.
Man, and this isn't a streak right now, right? That Wichita wants to get back in, right? As we know, hey, they've won 4 straight to start the season. They lost 4 right after that. Started out 4-0, ended up 4-4. Now they're sit at 6-4 after winning 2 straight after that. So look, if they've been streaky so far, right? If they lose, I wonder if they got to be thinking in the back of their head, hey, look, could we be losing 2,
Are we
3,
going on,
4 in a row
going on another
as we're
streak?
closing the season?
First down and goal. Wiseman in the gun. 26 passing touchdowns on the season. If he gets another one, he'll take the lead on the season. He's going to hand that one off, though, to Nick Nance, the third halfback on this roster, his first sighting of the night.
And they're spreading them out right here at the 3.
Wiseman goes back down to Nance in the end zone. Touchdown, Stags.
Look, and that's been working all night for them. Like the draw out of the shotgun right up the middle has been working for McLongfellow. Here it is for Nance doing the same thing, putting it in there. And Wichita doesn't have an answer for it. As we see Lipscomb, number 71, just blow the defender right out of the way. They're just being outmatched up front at the line of scrimmage right now.
Extra point is up and good for Sam Reed. You always got to wait just a second to make sure he actually did make it. He only had one miss, and we've been busting on him all night.
Yeah, but it was so bad.
It was the worst field goal I have ever seen in my life.
So bad.
And Brandon Cutter just fixed the ice machine over in one of the concession stands, and he'll be back out on the field to do this next kickoff.
Free of charge. Hey, he is an expert at that too as well. Run out of ice. He's a man of many talents.
All right, so Chris Delro had asked in the chat and said, why would they play action there? Talking about Wichita's last drive. Let's bring in the genie, Cameron Irvine. He'll talk about why that was.
Yeah, so there's actually a component to the playbook, to each team's playbook, called Inside 5, which at the beginning of the season, I admittedly thought that meant inside the 5-yard line about to score. But it actually means inside the 5 in your own territory, deep in your own territory. So that play action pass specifically comes out of that portion of the playbook. Now, that playbook has largely gone untouched across the league because how often are you inside the 5 and there's a problem? So if Wichita goes on to lose, they could end up voting on getting rid of that, but is it their biggest issue? So that's what teams that are on the losing end, these are the challenges that they have to grapple with when they're making decisions on how to improve their team.
All right, back to your box you go. Thank you for the information, though.
No, man, look, that's
disrespectful.
I guess my true love. He knows that.
I know. That's why we bring his picture to every booth.
Yeah. But it is, and he is right? That's the thing that teams from week to week got to say, hey, look, what is the biggest issue that we need to address to improve our squad?
Can't change everything, so what's the most important?
Wow.
Delro with only 19 yards on the day is green. He's just been an absolute wrecking machine all day.
He's been dominating up front.
Oh, he's made more plays in the Wichita backfield than Delro has. You know,
look, they've been dominating the line of scrimmage right here, and that's been on both sides of the ball.
3 quarters down, 12 minutes to go here in this one from Wichita. The Stags out in front, 29-14 over the Flyers. You're watching the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Cam is in the box. Hidden away until we need him most. Scorch with the kick return up to the 23-yard line. And for Milwaukee, things started off really good. Wiseman, 15 of 20, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. They had 17 unanswered points to start the game, but Wichita, they've been clawing their way back in. But Milwaukee now with 15-point lead and possession of the football. And McLongfellow, it's, you know, we were talking about how Delro carries the ball up. How about McLongfellow? He's got 2 hands for safety as soon as he touches that ball, and he's still running at full speed.
Yeah, dude, and it's insane too. And the blocking up front has just been phenomenal right here, right? Getting a hat on a hat, and he's getting chunk yardage. It's 10 plus with every carry right now for McLongfellow.
Wichita with the second worst run defense coming into the game, giving up 141 yards per game, and they've already given up well more than that tonight. You can see the total yards for Milwaukee over 400. now on the day. As McLongfellow this time stumbles, only gains a few, but 180 yards for McLongfellow on 24 carries. He's having a phenomenal night, minus any visits to the end zone.
Yeah, look, and he's actually he's well on his way to 200 yards rushing today. The way that you know that they're going to try and kill this clock.
Ball is handed off again. They're like already in clock killing mode at the beginning of the fourth quarter, but why not when the run game's been working for him tonight? Has not been working for him all season long. Fourth worst rushing offense, averaging less than 80 yards per game, and they're just doing absolutely phenomenal now. Except for that, we've seen that a few times, and you mentioned it earlier, Gerald. It does not work.
Why wouldn't you just give it to McLongfellow, who's been doing all the hard work for it right there, and just try and kill this clock out? I think a play like that at this moment, right, when it really hasn't worked, I feel like you're giving Wichita a shot here, right? A chance, right?
Yeah.
Now they'll be able to get their defense on the field, get their offense back the ball, and we know that, hey, look, they can score really quick. It's just that you don't want to give them any chances because they were dominating the line of scrimmage in the run game.
The man with flowing locks punts that one away. This time not pinning it down inside the 5, but darn near booting it out of the end zone.
Look at that hair.
Just bouncing in the wind. Love to see that in slow motion if that was a thing. We've got problems,
We're just
man.
like he's like, I got to get inside the way. I got stuff to go fix while I'm not on the field.
Yeah, there's your ball. I got to go. All right, Wichita, they got to get back into it, down by 2 touchdowns. Well, I didn't necessarily mean in one shot, but Solberg sure did. And Delro had to end up playing defense. It's an odd choice. You decide to heave it about 60 yards downfield, and you're throwing it to the halfback when you have Gilmer and Shea, who've been very quiet tonight, except for Shea's touchdown earlier.
Yeah, and it took a shot, didn't get it, right? 50-50-ish type ball. Not mad at it.
Solberg checks that one down to Delro. Oh, nice move, and picks up 7. Solberg now with 179 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Delro, 16 yards receiving. He's only got about 20 yards rushing. They'll need him and every other player to step up if they're going to get back into this one here. First, this 3rd down and 3. Delro open up top. They go into double coverage.
Dangerous throw.
Oh, absolutely. That one's broken up by Michael Gable.
Wow.
And 4th down.
Are we attempting to go for it here, you think, or whatever else?
I wouldn't yet.
Man, I didn't like that throw at all. It was bad. It's like you didn't see.
If you go for it here and you don't get it, it's effectively game over.
Give it like, are they? I'm not mad at it.
Punt is away, drops down at the 30.
We got this.
See what Milwaukee can do now as we see Wiseman's updated numbers.
I mean, think old Rocco McLongfellow saying, "Hey, feed me. I can carry it on with us." Oh, look at a jet
There
sweep!
you go.
Look at him go!
It can be done. Getting it done this time with Wright instead of Gorge Henderson. First down and 10. Wichita now is allowed over 200 yards rushing tonight.
Yeah, can't say that we haven't seen that not work now. But
Yeah.
man, they just I just don't think Wichita has the run defensive game tonight that, you know, to be able to handle what they got going on right here.
Wiseman under center in Wichita territory. Hand this one off to McLongfellow.
Wow.
The
I
way
thought he was gone.
Yeah, I know. But the way he was able to even gain those 10, I mean, just weaving, dipping, dodging, ducking, diving. You know, the 5 Ds of dodgeball.
Yeah, I guess.
It's working.
And he has great ball protection, too, while he's running. He's not Delroing it, as we should say. Look, not that Delro's had any, you know, ball handling problems, but
6th best rushing performance in the league this season with 194 yards, and I think he'll add on a couple more there. Yeah, 2nd down and 8. Friday, June 27th, only a couple of days away. We got another slate of games. coming up.
Nolans.
Got to get me a crab boil. Chaw, man. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. That was not okay. Longfellow.
It was great.
Passes the 200-yard mark. 3rd and 1.
I just think they have an opportunity to run a lot of this game out and to go down there and get points and darn near put them out of reach.
And the Wichita defense is able to get the stop, and decision time coming up for Milwaukee if they want to just try to go for this 4th and 2 or test another long field goal for Sam Reed.
Well, I think if you kick it here, right, you make it a 3-score game. If you somehow try to go for it and you don't get it, I do think you give Wichita life.
Well, there you go, 46-yarder. From the right hash. Kick is on its way. Gonna be through. No wonder he didn't make it from 48. 46, that's the range. Now we know.
Man,
now we know.
That was scary. Look at it.
Whew. Yeah, that wouldn't have made it from 2 more yards.
You know, and all the kickers probably saying, all Reed is saying, I hit the net. That's a line drive. Got about 2 feet over the crossbar.
Yeah. J.W. Hart says, Dag, sit down and think about what you did. I am sitting down, and I am thinking about what I did, and all I'm thinking about is delicious crab.
Yeah, man.
All that Cajun seasoning.
Blue crab. It's got to be.
Which is a soft shell crab. I learned that the last time you made fun of me.
Yeah, man, soft shell. Yes. Well, what? Blue crab? Yeah, soft shell crab is a blue crab. Like, you can get them. That's the one
I didn't know, but I learned.
Yeah. So guess what?
You can keep teaching old dog
like, you know,
tricks.
like you know, in the great Northeast.
Yeah.
Right. You guys have Old Bay. Right, Old Bay seasoning for your boils.
It's like a Baltimore thing, but yeah, we got it up here.
I know, but like you got to, it's all about the Zatarain's. You got to have the Zatarain's brand. It just gives you.
It's sold up in the Northeast.
Seafood boil. Yeah, but it's like everybody's like, oh, you mean Old Bay? No, that's not what I said.
Yeah, you gotta get
I did not say Old Bay.
We get that Zatarain's. Tolberg throws it off to the sideline, and I think he just wanted to live to play another down as you see the updated passing numbers. Updated UFL bingo numbers at the bottom. 2nd down and 10. It's go time. 5.5 to go in the ball game. They're down by more than I can do math. Delro getting the 1st down and a little bit more, but it's almost like
I feel like they need to go a little bit of tempo right here, right? And you know, and as we know in here, right, as it comes up, right, this the unique set right here, right? You hurry up, right? There's a 10-second runoff, and they are doing it now, which is what they needed to do.
Solberg has time, goes up top. He's been doing a lot of these short passes tonight, you know, to try to get it out to somebody, but 3-yard gains isn't going to get it done when you're down by however much that difference is.
No, he had that one long touchdown pass early on, which accounted for the bulk of his yards.
Solberg still with the short check down, and Delro can't get the 1st down. It'll be a 3rd down and 1 coming up.
I feel like I think Milwaukee's got to be confusing them. Like defensively, because we've seen a lot of check downs, a lot of 50-50 balls thrown.
Pass up top is complete for the 1st down, keeps the drive alive. Gilmer, R.J. Gilmer, finally able to call his name. I don't think we've done it since the 1st quarter.
Yeah, but look, they're getting down there, right? They need to get themselves in a situation, right, that they can keep putting points on the board and keep this going, but they got to do it quick.
Solberg down to the 20-yard line, and that one's complete. Right on the edge of the red zone, and they'll continue to go into the hurry-up. Justin Reside says crab with some Tony Sacheries. And that rice, Gerald said, is not how you spell Sachery, but...
Yeah, that's not how you spell Tony Sacheries.
Close enough. I don't know. But does Justin Reside have a plush Tony Sachery? Because we do. We each have a plush
I
Tony.
do have one. He hangs on like my mic in the office.
Just sitting there, just waiting to add some
hanging
spice
out,
to your life.
smiling with his glasses and like, I got you, bro, if you need some extra seasoning.
Solberg Putting some extra seasoning
He
on
can
this
run.
ball game.
He's going to get by Green again.
Yeah, there he is. You know what? If we are actually going to have a legit player of the game, Charles Green, he gets my vote. He has been a game wrecker on this defense, and he's unclaimed. And you want yourself a great player, you can either claim Charles Green or Brandon Cutter.
They spot off 2
Solberg
guys.
down to the 7 and knocked out of bounds.
Green is right in the middle at the nose tackle position, taking on 2 offensive linemen and being able to fight them off and put pressure in the quarterback's face. Great play. Look at him. He's coming right on through. Solberg's like, I got to get rid of him. Tired of seeing this man.
Delaro heavily used in both the run and pass game. I don't even want to know what Cutter's quote there. No, that's not what I said. Big Daddy Gerald. You know, I'm not asking. I don't want to know. I'm just commenting, and we're going to move on.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Big Daddy. And they're going to go with a run. That's immediately blown right up. Dada. McNeil.
Why are they running it though? That's the thing I don't get right now. Like, it's just I think we need to get
the genie out of the box.
Yeah, possibly. Like if we get a little bit of time, like why are they running that?
See what happens here. Yeah, Solberg checks it down, tackled at the $10 super chat. I love, this is from Jesse Fretz. I love to grill gator, but only after I wrestle it first. You have to earn your supper.
That's a true stud right there, I tell you.
Is it?
That's a stud.
All right, chaw, man. Solberg has time. End zone touchdown. They're not done yet. Wichita gets in the end zone for 6. Second receiving touchdown now on the day for Jamar.
Yeah, look, and they're actually getting it in there, right? Jamar had that really, really long, run and catch earlier where he ran up underneath the ball. But here they are. This is what they needed. They're now getting themselves into it. Now, do they go for 2? Do they just stay with the 1, right? Either way it goes, I do think.
Well, I have to go for 2 at some point, I believe, but I don't think now's the time, and they would agree.
I mean, you'd have got 2. You'd have got yourself 10 points down.
Wouldn't totally matter. Extra point is up and good. Now down by 11. Jesse Fretz says this game ain't over. We all know better. We've seen, we've seen some wild things happen in UFL Primetime and UFL game night. So, listen, 2.5 minutes, plenty of time.
The best part about game night in the UFL is seeing Cameron Irvine lose his mind about 3,000 times of broadcast.
Yeah.
It's an amazing.
One of my favorite moments, in one of the game night segments was when he was just going so nuts and so wild and then had to quick take a swig of water. Stay hydrated. Yeah. Like, yes, I so desperately want to go get water right now.
It was so epic. Oh, they didn't get it.
Yeah, onside kick immediately recovered. Well, let's bring the genie out of the box just because I miss his beautiful face, but also to find out, why would they run it? I know it was only 10 yards out, but you desperately need to score points. Why run there?
Yeah, that was another one of those situations where when you are in no huddle offense and you are in red zone offense, if red zone can also be called and is a higher priority than no huddle, then you could potentially end up with a red zone play that gets called instead of something that you would want in no huddle offense. So, look, Wichita's got a lot of decisions to make here. It doesn't look like they're going to win this game, although, it's still a 2-score game and they've got some timeouts. But when you get down in the red zone, which is why it's so difficult to execute well down there, you have first down offense, no huddle offense, red zone offense, and the game can essentially pull from any of those areas. You want to be sure that you have, your top priority plays called in those specific situations. Obviously, Wichita did not, and that's why you see the run there.
No, come back out of your box. We weren't done. He disappears. Is there like a button? We got to rub something.
We
I wanted to know what he was drinking. He's got to stay hydrated.
He even had to clear his throat like he was.
And now he's just in an empty box.
Yeah, he's empty box.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I can't see. There he is. There he is.
He's hiding from us?
Yeah,
But
he's
he's
ducking
fine.
down.
Yeah, no, it's like it was so. Okay, what were you drinking at that moment when all that happened? Like, was it water? Just straight water, soda?
Like, is it flavored water
It's
or
all
like
water. Unfortunately, it's the exact same color as my background, which is great for production.
his
but,
mug is chroma key green?
It's always water.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated.
It was an epic moment. It's the best moment. I had to clip that. Gotta stay hydrated. It's amazing.
I loved it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's the weird little moments like that just like, you know, make it special.
It's so genuine, and he was so in it. He couldn't do anything. All he could say is, "I'm thirsty. I need a drink," and I think it just came out. I gotta stay hydrated. It's an amazing thing. Can we love you?
First down and 10 for Milwaukee, who looks like they're going to go on to get back-to-back wins now. They won this past Sunday at the Denver Avengers. They won that one in a close contest, 16-13. 2 minutes to go here in this one, and they're up 32-21 with possession of the football. This is the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. Continuing to add on to the rushing total, 214 yards on the night, fourth most rushing yards in a game this season, and that might even be top three now. The record is 241, and yeah, that bumped them into the top three now with 224.
Yeah, look, and they're still coming, and they're going to get run. Like they just need 24 more yards to get it run in.
How's that not a first down? The ball is past the line to gain. Anyway,
they got it now.
They picked it up now, yeah. And Wichita with no timeouts, less than a minute 20 to go, clock rolling. That will be the ball game, and Milwaukee will indeed go on to win this one. And Gerald, you talked about at the beginning of the broadcast just the up and down season for Wichita, starting off 4-0 before going 0-4 in the next four games to be 4-4. Obviously, there's the maths. So then they won 2 in a row. Is this the beginning of another losing streak? It's got to be on their mind.
Right. It does have to be on their mind, right? Because when you win that many games in a row, you lose that many games in a row, right? You tend to become streaky, right? And next thing you know, you're like, man, then it gets in your head at that point, right? You have all the confidence in the world when you're winning, right? And you keep winning. Hey, we can create another win streak. And when you keep doing it, you're on top of it. But when you lose, you're like, man, are we going to get back in that funk again when we lost all those games? And then we struggle to get out. This is a situation they cannot allow themselves to get on any kind of a streak again.
And that is the final kneel down. Poor Adam Wiseman subtracts 2 yards off of their total. So hopefully still in the top three for him. An impressive rushing performance, an impressive overall performance for the Milwaukee Stags as they advance to 6-5 on the season. Wichita will fall to 6-5, so both of them still in a tight run for the playoff race. Still 5 weeks of action left to go, but the Stags came into this game 8th in the playoff picture, and of course will move up. And the Flyers were up at number 6, so they could potentially be bumped right out of that top 8 look as we roll to the final stats in the game. Gerald, your final thoughts on this one?
And this game, in my opinion, was won right at the line of scrimmage with the line of scrimmage play on both sides of the ball for Milwaukee. They dominated in the run game. As you see toward the end, Green had 3 sacks on the day, and they were dominant up front, minimized that run game, to what it was. Didn't let Stolberg get comfortable or nothing like that, and the running back had trouble getting going altogether. And guess what? And now they have themselves in a situation where they won. Now they have the tiebreaker over Wichita. If it runs in a situation where they have to actually, if it comes down to tiebreakers, they want a game that means the most. Now they're sitting there, like they're still both, maybe even after this game, still sit in the top 8, right? And Milwaukee improved their chances, while Wichita losing this game knocks them down a little bit, not quite out, but who knows where they're going to fall in the next few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. And they were home last week as well, and they're going to end up hitting the road for the next 2 weeks. Always tough to come off a loss and then immediately head onto the road, but they're going to be next up at St. Louis on July 2nd, and then a little reprieve of time in between. They don't play again until July 22nd as they visit the Tennessee Ramblers. For the Milwaukee Stags, they will be back in Milwaukee to host the San Diego Wildcats, and then the Washington Knights I'm Mike Daggs for Gerald Smith, Cameron Irvine, and everybody at the UFL. Thank you for joining us. Be kind to one another. Choose happy. Always be kind to people. And be nice to each other. I don't even know where I'm going with all this, but y'all have a great night. We'll see you next time.